Our next presenter is Lusínė Simonyan. She is the director of the Child Development Foundation in Armenia, a nonprofit organization focused on improving social services and providing assistance to children and families. In her work, she collaborates closely with the local self-governments and ministries and brings her grassroots experiences and insights into policy debates. She holds a master's degree in teaching English as a foreign language from Banadzor Teachers Training Institute. As a Humphrey Fellow, Lusine aims to deepen her knowledge of public administration and policy design and implementation in order to enhance how civil society organizations and government agencies collaborate on social justice and child welfare. She will focus on NGOs' institutional development and also hopes to improve her skills related to nonprofit leadership and management, strategic planning, and financial stewardship and sustainability. Please join me in welcoming Lusine.
Good day, everyone. Thank you, Elizabeth, for introduction. It is my great honor to share today with you my experience and my future plans. It has been exactly 55 days that I have left Armenia, but I am constantly in touch with my team. Just the other day, I have been talking to one of my colleagues when she started to walk around our corner, our center. And at that time, I heard and saw the noises of children. It hurt me just then how much I missed them. The highlight of my work has always been the children. Seeing them grow up, achieving their milestone is always rewarding truly. But I had not often get the chance to enjoy it fully, since as a director, I encounter the issue of funding. As much as I enjoy their progress, I am constantly reminded that progress to continue, the need of that services to serve those children that require financial sustainability. And that's why today, now, I'm going to present the factors contributing financial sustainability of US child welfare organizations. First, I will talk about how US government has been supporting the child welfare organizations. Then I will discuss how the institutional capacity of NGOs can contribute to their financial sustainability. And finally, I will bring it to my local context and discuss how Armenian NGOs can capitalize on these factors. Now, let's get started and see how US government has been supporting the financial sustainability of child welfare organizations. The role of NGOs has been always to support the government, and it is in their best interest to have strong and sustainable civil society. And one of the significant ways, as was attested by Smith 2003 in his article, that US government has realized this. And since 1996, they have allocated more public funds to child welfare organizations. In the same article, Smith mentions that with the support of the government program, they developed public policy tools, such as tax credits, vouchers, tax exempts, and supported both nonprofits and also benefited businesses. For example, if one of the businesses got tax exempt, in that amount, in the frame of voucher, one of the nonprofits could get that vouchers and provide services to children who are in need. And here we see that benefiting and cooperating government, business, and local NGOs. Now, let's move and understand the institutional capacity, how institutional capacity contributes to their financial sustainability. Because it's not enough to have public funds, more public funds, and to have more funds if you don't have the capacity to maintain and operate that funds. And in column 2014 article, they demonstrate that even though non-profit is not the business by its definition, but still it requires unique business model. They need to have one. And in the same article, column point out that when we think about the business model of the NGO, we tap into the number of revenue generation opportunities, which means that we need to have several factors for revenue generation. I would like to mention that in that article, there were several aspects and factors for institutional development and for financial sustainability. But I just wanted to highlight that revenue generation opportunities are too much linked to the knowledge management of leadership in order to create long-term values with measurable results. Can or be able to sell your mission and vision, and also have a professional branding and images. All this can eventually impact and enhance your institutional development and impact your financial sustainability. Now, finally, let's go and see how Armenian NGOs can capitalize on those factors. Following the US government, there is one of the significant methods, which is the advocacy. Through working closely with the Armenian government, we can influence their decision-making. We can promote the importance of child welfare and child services. And we can work closely with them, bringing our practical experience and to make more quality and available resources and more public funds. Secondly, also we can promote the tax exemption laws that businesses could be involved as well, who are really interested in child welfare and cooperating with child NGOs. And secondly, as mentioned in column article, as suggested there, we can create a unique business model for Armenian child welfare NGOs, which are the relevant of the Armenian context through capacity building interventions. Because without capacity, we cannot make quality services and we cannot maintain and effectively has the operation of the institutional development of non-profit. And to sum up, if we can adapt and advocate above mentioned factors, we can have more allocated public funds in Armenia. Also, we could have introduced and promoted the tax exempt legislation and increased institutional development and capacities of non-profit organization. And as a result, we can sustain the services that children need, sustainable services for children. And people who hold the role of director, such as myself, will focus on more development aspects. Thank you. These are my references. I'm open to your questions, please.
Question for Nina. Second point was that NGOs need to increase capacity.
Yeah.
If you look at the puzzle up here,
yeah.
Out of those four options or four ideas, the usual
Yeah, thank you for the question. Just I will get the opportunity to say that in Armenia, due to 2002 October, we have almost 6,000 NGOs and 1,500 foundations. And 67% is child and youth. And also there are several researches on the capacity development of NGOs that covers like human resources, no capacity for strategic development and leadership, and also the lack of financial sustainability. And I think that it's a package of the approach to work with the capacities of NGOs. But I think human resources is the main and most important thing. Through human resources and through leadership, we can professionally overcome all the obstacles and challenges. And this is the issue that I think we really need to invest and contribute. And that is why it's very important that the pie of financial sustainability of NGO is like social entrepreneurship, public funds, grants, local businesses, and sponsorship. This is the huge and marvelous cooperation of all people, institutionals and individuals who are investing and who has mutual benefit and sharing mutual values. And that's why we need to invest in children and then in human resources. Thank you.
Thanks for your presentation. My understanding is that to emphasize the cooperation between NGO and government, right? So you said that the public funds should be raised.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering, so if you get public funds from government, they might control NGO, but they kind of something happen around something. So
yeah.
Do you have any strategy to defend the difficulties you are able to subsidize by that?
Yeah, very good question, because in my research, in the Friedrich Smith 2003 article about non-government and governmental organization cooperation, there was a point that what about civil society, which is independent or non-independent? This is the one issue that I think it's again depends on the capacity and professionalism of NGO, which is I'm thinking. Also, I would like to say that Armenia, since 2017, they have been allocating public funds for child welfare organization. And yesterday, I just looked through, there is almost $1,300,000 that have been allocated from the Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs. And being in that cooperation in Armenia, I think we are cooperating, and it depends on the NGO and your naturally neutrality that you are not pro or you are not for, and that's why it depends on your professionalism, because we say what we think, and we think the capacities can allow us to be independent as well, because child is not one agency, it's the whole cooperation of all agencies. That's why our party is a child. As I told, since 2017, we have been cooperating. Before 2017, there was different approaches and methodologies for monitoring and working with NGOs. So starting 2017, it is a grant announcement, and lots of NGOs go and apply for that grant. And then there are several monitoring tools like quarterly reports and monthly reports. But I think that we need to develop more evaluation policy tools and to monitor both and to have the quality, because it's not only about investment and money of taxpayers, but it's about the quality and availability of resources for children.
We've got time for one more question. I'm also in your work under the pressure of Russian Federation, they forced our government to accept the law regarding these laws. They called that foreign fires, and now
I think not as much as in Kyrgyzstan, but we have all this also that NGOs are like grant-making companies. Again, let me come to the professional and capacity of the NGO. If you are going and you are very strict on your mission and you know your strategies and you really believe what you do, you cooperate with government. And we as an NGO, I think our mission is to support the governmental strategies and also to criticize in an objective way, to bring the expertise and experience from the grassroots and support the government. Otherwise, we cannot build the state under the state. And this is my understanding of cooperation of government and non-government organizations. And I think we are making it in Armenia. It's hard sometimes because you need to be very not pro-political of these parties for that parties, but we are operating for 12 years and it's working. Thank you.